Good morning and welcome to the Motivational Devotional, where we are merging motivation and spirituality to create a daily dose of confident positivity. I hope that this morning's podcast will help you to be more spiritually and positively motivated so that you can transform your day.
How far down do you let your gas gauge go before you hit the gas station? Half a tank? Quarter of a tank? Are you a person who waits until that light comes on that almost screams, "Get gas now"? When we are running low on fuel, we zip into the nearest station and gas up with whatever fuel is available. At least, that's some of us. Not saying that's me. No, never. Some of us, on the other hand, and admittedly I'm not often one of these, keep a closer eye on the gauge and fuel up before it's an emergency. I know the wisdom behind that, but I usually have someplace I need to be, and I think I'll be wise later. But fueling up before the gas gauge hits a half tank would let me choose the place, the type of fuel, and the price I prefer to pay. I do like having choices, so maybe I need to be more like this. If I can put better fuel in the tank, I know it takes better care of the car. As opposed to the car, I do take better care of the fuel I put into my body, and I do a decent job of making sure my fuel is clean burning and lower in carbs most of the time. I do like donuts, but those are rare for me. I'm usually a high protein, tons of vegetables, and not so much rice, potatoes, or pasta kind of guy. Better fuel means it burns cleaner, and that means a healthier me. Did you know you have a spiritual fuel tank? You may not know it consciously, but you do already know when it's running nearly empty. There is no light that comes on in your head to scream that it's time to refuel. There is an inner sense that we are becoming further disconnected from our spiritual source. The more spiritually attuned you learn to be, the more aware you are when you are running low on spiritual fuel or becoming more spiritually disconnected. You find yourself a little more frazzled as you go through your day. You find that you aren't as well equipped to deal with emergencies and crises. People might see you a little more on edge, or maybe you just don't feel as full and whole as you were feeling after meditating and spiritually renewing. Your smile might become more of a tight line with squinched lips. You might feel more stress and tension in your neck and back. Maybe you feel it when you start running out of steam or ideas for pursuing your goals, and maybe you have less inspiration in the relentless intent towards your lifelong dreams. Regardless of how and where you feel it, you feel it. You will just know when your fuel is running low. A distinguishing mark of the spiritual person is the awareness that life will never be free of trials along the journey, but it is about the way we meet those challenges without crashing. We can't do that on an empty tank. Spiritual fuel is prayer, or meditation, or contemplation, or even sleep, which brings empowerment. We are then empowered to let endurance have its full effect. We don't shortcut it, and we don't try to escape the trials. We let them have their full effect so that by enduring whatever potholes we drive over, we become more mature and more complete. Regardless of what you do with the gas in your car, refuel spiritually often without letting your tank get nearly empty. That way you can choose the quality of what keeps you going and be sure that all of creation is conspiring in your favor and trusting that the universe always has your back. William Barclay once said, "Endurance is not the ability to bear a hard thing, but to turn it into glory."
Thank you for taking the time to listen today. Please help keep this podcast going by following the Motivational Devotional Facebook page, following @Threefold Way Radio on Twitter, and sharing the written format of today's message from motivational-devotional.com on your social media. I am deeply grateful for your support, and thank you for letting Motivational Devotional be part of your journey. Peace out. See you tomorrow.
Motivational Devotional is a production of Threefold Way Radio, LLC.